And we are live. Check, check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Just gonna wait and see if we have some people joining us before we jump in today. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay, if you can see me okay. I don't have any viewers yet, so maybe I'm not doing this right. I'm actually on my phone. I'm just having a couple of issues with my computer, but I think we're good to go. All right, Vinny Eastwood in the house. How you doing, Vinny? Good to see you. Okay, I think we're good. All right, guys. Let people know we're streaming here. Let's get the word out. Tell them we are live. We're going to be live for the next little while, taking your questions. Be sure to share this stream. Get this video out there. Let people know we are live. Again, I am on my phone, so I'm going to try my best to see if I can scroll back on comments. Yes, I can. Okay. So I'm going to try my best to keep up with your questions as we move forward here, but just give me a sec. I'm going to share this video right now, and I'm hoping you will do the same. As I said, we got to let people know that we are live here, so send it on out. Let people know we're here. We're going to be taking your questions, and if you could share it on some of the other alternative media platforms, such as Float, Steemit. You can share it on Twitter and Facebook if you like, but as you know, I am currently banned and suspended from Twitter, so we'll get into that. I'm going to turn this light down a little bit. It's kind of bright. That's better. All right, so I can't believe Twitter suspended you first and not the boy, a girl, a boy, or whatever you want to call that. Yeah. No doubt. I mean, the fact that they took his side in that is pretty ridiculous. I mean, yeah, they're taking the side of a predator, and they decided to have me banned. Now, I'm of the position that I don't necessarily think that Jessica's channel should be banned or his Twitter suspended. It's that whole thing. If you don't believe in free speech, even for those people who have speech that you absolutely hate, then you don't believe in it at all. So I don't want to push for him to be banned or suspended. I just want to push for my own account to be reinstated, because I think that's only fair moving forward. I mean, it was pretty crazy. I don't know if you guys saw the footage. I went to this tribunal hearings just to sit in and you know, listen in on the proceedings. I didn't know I was going to run into the guy. He just kind of rolled up behind me, and I turned around, and there he was. And I was like, oh, okay. Let me politely introduce myself and see if I can request an interview. I didn't even have a chance to request the interview. As soon as I said I'm Dan from Press for Truth, he just, oh my God, he lost it, and he basically ran away, which is pretty telling, to say the least. All right, I haven't shared this yet. So give me one sec, guys. Bear with me. It's kind of tricky. I gotta find the link, but it's hard to find it because I usually do this on my phone. Here we go. Okay. Oh, good. I can use this to scroll back on the chats. All right, guys. Share it. Get this one out. I'm doing it right now. Just bear with me while I do that. Let's just do that. Let's share it and say live right now. That's good enough. All right. Yes, share the stream. Thank you, guys. Blair White, is everything right with the LGBT community, says Harley. Yeah, you know what? This whole thing has really tainted the LGBT community, the trans community, I should say, in a negative way for a lot of trans people who are looking at this saying, what are you doing, you idiot? You are messing it up for all of us. In fact, I've been contacted by a number of trans people, being emailed, and they've been saying to me, Dan, I just want to let you know, I'm a trans woman, and I support what you're doing, What this Jonathan, aka Jessica guy, is doing is giving us all a real bad look here, and he needs to be exposed. And I've gotten a number of those emails. I've even had people walk up to me in the street, random PFT fans who have met me on the street in Vancouver, who said, hey, I just want to let you know I'm gay. Totally love what you're doing. Please continue to expose what these guys are doing. And because obviously I don't have a problem with trans people. It's not the trans people I have a problem with. It's the system that is allowing for trans people to abuse the rights of people like myself. You know, when Bill C-16 came in, I was ready to lose it. It was like, this is the beginning of the end. Policing our language, forcing us to use pronouns. I knew it would be used against us. I knew it would be used against me someday. I reported on that back in October of 2016. I was saying, guys, this is going to be used against us in a harsh way. And here we are. So pretty crazy to think that it's come this far. But, you know, that it's controversial to say a man is not a woman. But here we are. Okay, let me just now share this link on... I just noticed today I am still able to log into my PFT Twitter. So let's get that going. And let's share this on Float as well. If you're not on Float, guys, get on float.app. Live now. All right. Let me check back to these comments and make sure I'm not missing anything here from you guys. Sorry, you gotta bear with me. Looks like the stream is frozen on my end. Let me just refresh this and see if it is. But I think we're okay. All right, we're looking good. Okay, I'm going to scroll through some of these comments. It's just going to be easier to do it here on my computer than on the phone. I'll just leave the phone where it is. I would say, please send me your super chats. But as you may know, I've been completely demonetized by YouTube. Guys, there's been a big attack coming down on PFT. For whatever reason, I was at a conference in Vegas and some guy said, why do you think they're clamping down on you so much? You know, they demonetized your channel, they removed you from Facebook. And I was like, I don't know, I guess maybe I'm over the target. And he said, no. You are the target. And it kind of hit me. I was like, oh, wow, maybe I am onto something. So I've been banned from Facebook, I've been demonetized from YouTube, and now I am suspended on Twitter. So yeah, they're coming after me. So if you would like to send a super chat, you can still sort of do so in the form of joining as a patron member, joining as a subscribe star member, going to the pressfortruth.ca/donate link. Still a lot of things you can do to help me out financially, even though YouTube pulled the plug on that in that regard. But let me scroll through and see if you guys got any questions or interesting comments. And if you can, put a bunch of big question marks by your questions so I can see them. DGSE says Bilderberg is over. Yep, that ended a while back, just at the end of June. Or no, at the end of May. It was at the very end of May in Switzerland. Had a good trip. It was pretty eventful. You know, it was actually when I confronted Eric Schmidt at Bilderberg, former executive chairman of Google and Alphabet Inc., that 5 days later my channel got demonetized from YouTube. So that's interesting. Yuki shared on my Hangout feeds with my nice free speech friends. Thank you for sharing. It's kind of awkward looking over here to try to monitor the chat. So Vinny Eastwood's channel got demonetized too. That sucks, bro. I'm sure it's because you were all over the New Zealand shooting that happened there. Lee, Nanu. So guys, Lee's in the house. East Coast correspondent for Press for Truth. We just put out a video today of the two of us walking around in Las Vegas, Nevada, interviewing people about Storm Area 51 and asking them their views on the concept of this spreading to storm the Fed, storm the Vatican, storm the UN, storm your parliament. And then I tried to get people to think outside the box and said, what about storm your taxes, or, you know, storm like a bank run, or just storm the system in general. And really, I'm hoping that this video gets that concept to catch on and have a snowball effect. And me and Lee can just sit back and go, we had a hand in starting that. But anyways, that was the plan for that video. So share it, guys. It just went out today. I don't remember what I titled it. Let me see. Storm Area 51 is morphing into storm the system, and the government should be terrified. And dang right they should. Not so much about the people Naruto running into Area 51 or whatever they're going to do, but more so about this idea and concept catching on to bigger and better things, you know? This idea that ideas are bulletproof and they have the ability to change the world more so than their bullets do is true. And, you know, like a ripple effect, if this idea catches on, this could become like a ripple effect and grow to a global scale, and people will start, you know, storming buildings. Remember when Occupy got so popular and everyone was like, yes, I like this idea, let's do this. Well, there's a lot of people out there who are fed up with things, they're fed up with the system, they're ready to get active. They just need something to do, you know? They're just looking for something to do, and this may be one of those things. Let me scroll back here to see if we got anything new. Nanu Nanu is referenced from the television show from the 80s called Mork and Mindy with Robin Williams. Little factoid from Covey, 1969. Storm Silicon Valley. Not a bad idea. Lots of these are going to be popping up all the time. So yeah, let me know, guys, if you have questions about what's going on. What's that Into the Fire in the background? Is that a music album? No. That is the cover for one of my films. I made a documentary film called Into the Fire. That is a burning police car that what members of the so-called Black Bloc did. And the reason why I do that is because in my film, we exposed the fact that there were agent provocateurs, undercover police, who orchestrated this entire thing. It was when the G20 took place in Toronto. I strongly encourage you to check it out. It's my best work, I think. I directed and produced it. It's probably the piece I'm most proud of. So yeah, check out Into the Fire, my documentary film. I did all the music for it. I directed and produced it, and it's a chronological documentation of the G20 that came to Toronto in 2010. Everyone says, great movie. Thank you. Yes, please check out all my films. You know, I've got 5 documentary films. You know, a lot of people who are new to this channel may not realize that I've, you know, been producing documentary films for the last 13 years here on YouTube. I have a film called The Turning Point that exposes the Bilderberg Group, and specifically the Canadian connection to Bilderberg. I have a film called United We Fall. We expose the agenda for a North American Union, Canada, US, Mexico, dissolving their borders, essentially, and joining into a union similar to the European Union. That's why I think the wall is just a farce. It's all designed to be set up to fail, because they don't want a wall. They want unity. They want one world global government. So that's the plan. I also have a DVD. Oh, it's freezing. I have a DVD of the Toronto hearings, 6-hour-long DVD covering the Toronto hearings on 9/11. I'm sure I'm missing other stuff too, but anyways, if you go to my channel, you can look up all my documentary films there, or they're on my home page of pressfortruth.ca as well. You can always count on Dan to bring good information. Thank you so much, little dear. Much appreciated. Bilderberg was a good watch. My first time, too, says Luna. If you go back through my archives, Luna, and just type in Bilderberg, actually, on my website, I think I have an area where it says extensive Bilderberg coverage, although I've been forgetting to update it over the last few years. But if you want to catch up on all my Bilderberg coverage, just go to my YouTube channel and and type in Bilderberg in the search feature for my channel, and you'll find all my videos. I've been covering it since 2006. Yeah, so lots of footage there. DGSE says Epstein ? Yeah, pretty wild what's going on with Epstein. I would encourage you to follow Jason Burmes's channel. I was just on his show yesterday to talk about this whole Twitter suspension, and he's been all over the Epstein case. I think he might be streaming right now about Epstein, and I'm probably going to get him on soon to talk about that as well. Yeah, pretty wild what's going on there. Keep doing your tremendous work. Thank you so much. Do you think our PM is involved in pedo stuff? I absolutely would not be surprised if that did in fact be revealed. I mean, a lot of these guys are groomed like that at a young age. I mean, look at the president of France. He was absolutely groomed by a pedophile. He met his current wife, I believe. Don't get me wrong, I think he was 13 or something, and she was like 39 or something. I don't know. I have to look it up. I made a video about it. It's crazy. Now he's 39 or 40, and she's like 70 or something. It's disgusting. Yeah, a lot of these elitists have been groomed by pedophiles, and a lot of this stuff is starting to come out now. It's starting to be exposed right now. Yeah, let me just go on back through some of these comments. I'm getting text messages popping up here on my phone too, so it's a little distracting, so bear with me. I had a problem with my OBS, which I'm normally streaming off my computer, so really wanted to stream today, couldn't get it going, so I just decided to hop onto my phone here. Guys, click the thumbs up button on this one. I see there's 235 people watching right now, and there's only 113 thumbs up. That doesn't add up. That doesn't make sense. I actually need your help with YouTube's algorithms. They've literally designed it to block information such as mine from being seen by the masses on YouTube. And that's why I need your help by clicking that thumbs up button. Let's see the numbers. There we go. There we go. We're starting to get up. There we go. 150, 162, 166. Now we're talking. We're getting that number up there a little bit. And leave comments, guys. I'm serious. It actually does help spread these videos. You know, I'm being heavily shadow banned, heavily censored, as I'm sure you're well aware. So these little things that you can do really do help a lot. What? News Now, Canada Independent Media, Donald says Jessica has filed another complaint with the human rights again. Oh, I thought you were saying about Lee Stewie. So you just tagged her as well. No, I know. Yeah, apparently now he's filing new ones for places that won't wax his eyebrows and give him like a, facial waxing or whatever. It's insane. This guy's an extortionist. And a lot of people pointed out he's going after like the immigrant community in these beauty salons. People have pointed out he seems to be kind of a bit of a racist. So I don't know if he's targeting these certain people, but it ain't looking good, guys. I'm so glad we're able to expose this predator for what he is, This ain't a transgender woman. This is a dude who's into little girls, and he's taking on this trans community stance as a way to engage in his pedophilic nonsense and to use the system to abuse women. I mean, it's crazy. And I was sitting in that tribunal, like looking at that judge, thinking, if you rule the other way on this, what kind of a person are you, And I mean, she very well may just have to go by what the law says, obviously. But I don't know, man. The fact that it's gotten this far is just mind-boggling. And now today, we got this Mario Lopez, I think his name was, I can't remember. Yeah. How is it controversial that this guy is just, all he's doing is he's saying that it's dangerous to pander to the delusion of a 3 or 4-year-old who thinks they may be transgender. Hello? Of course it is. How has it become controversial today where Mario Lopez can just in an interview say, yeah, and he even said, hey, I'm not going to tell parents what they can do. People can do whatever they want with their kids. I'm just saying, it's not exactly, it's a dangerous scenario for parents to allow these children to engage in these delusional thoughts. I mean, did you know here in Canada we have something called Bill 89, which would give Child Protection Services the ability to take your 4-year-old away from you if you refuse to recognize little Billy or little Sally as the opposite gender, as their preferred pronoun. If you refuse to, they can take your kid away. I mean, that's how bad things are getting. Here in Canada, it's worse than other places. I just had, was contacted by that father. I'm not going to say his name. He wants me to keep this on the down low for now. But he had his daughter, he had a daughter who was transitioning. She's only 14 years old. And the courts have decided that he has no say in this. And she's going ahead with the transition. She's going through a tomboy phase. She wants to be a boy instead of a girl. Now this father is facing arrest anytime he even refers to his own daughter as a she. Not even to her face to face, but even if he does it to a third party. If he refers to his own daughter as a she, he can go to jail. So, we really got to stand up for guys like Mario Lopez when they take a simple stance like that and they're getting hounded on by the media. It's just ridiculous. And, I think I just saw on Twitter that he issued an apology. I was kind of sad to see that. I don't think he had anything to be sorry for. The fact that people are upset about this just goes to show you how this politically correct culture is completely gone off the rails, and it's gotten insane. Somebody commented on my video, this Jessica character is like something out of South Park. And that's true. It's exactly like a South Park episode. It's just crazy. Why do you have to apologize because somebody's mentally ill? Exactly. It's and let's face it. It is a mental illness. I mean, I'm not saying this to be mean. It's just when you pander to someone's delusion, that's unhealthy for them. It's unhealthy for society. It doesn't benefit anyone. I've often used the example that look at in the case of, let's say you had a schizophrenic family member, an uncle, and it got so bad that he was deluded into thinking he was someone else. And, is going out there in the world. Family members don't allow that to happen. They often treat this, sometimes with medication. I don't necessarily suggest that, but sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes, therapy of different nature, but they try to treat the delusion. To just pander to that and allow him to just go into the world thinking he's something that he's not is dangerous. It's not healthy for him. It's not healthy for anyone. So again, I'm not saying these things to be mean. I'm just trying to live in reality and, not have my basic language policed by the state because they're being politically correct. It's crazy. Sorry, these disappear. How do people defend doing this to kids? Suicide rate over 40%, says Tommy Gunn. Yeah, that's a good point. Suicides in trans people is through the roof. I mean, they're incredibly depressed for a reason. Everyone knows that if the whole world was transsexual or gay, the human race would cease to exist. I mean, a man and a man can't make a baby. A woman and a woman can't make a baby. Yeah, sure, you can have science get involved and you can extract the semen from one man and inject it into another woman, have the stranger impregnate, your wife. I mean, does that sound like something you want moving forward for humanity? It's just crazy. Male to female trans suicides, 42%. just leave Twitter, says Breathing Sunshine. Not a bad idea. You know, my friend James Corbett left Twitter, and I got so inspired by it, I wrote a song and played it on my guitar right there. It's called James Corbett Is Not on Twitter by Dan Dix. Look that up on YouTube. Maybe you'll have a chuckle. Corbett's a friend of mine. When he quit Twitter, I was like, he's a pioneer. I love this. And so I wrote a song about it. Look it up. James Corbett Is Not on Twitter by Dan Dix. Jeff Clark says, need a bassist. Funny enough, a bass player and a drummer, and there was one other thing, I can't remember, but definitely a bass player and a drummer sent me their overdubbed tracks of my thing, and I still have yet to sync it all up to see how it's going to sound. But yeah, that was fun. All right. How are you? Says it's coming, but it ain't good. I'm okay, you know, considering I've been kicked off Facebook, demonetized from YouTube, suspended on Twitter. I'm still going, you know. We got Float, we got Steemit, we got PocketNet, we got DTube, we got DLive, we got Minds, we got BitChute. Guys, there's plenty of other options than YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. And in fact, all these major conglomerates are all going to sink pretty soon anyways, probably. Are you going to Pride, says John Southern. You're darn right I'm going to Pride. I heard Justin Trudeau's going to be in town. In fact, last time I confronted Justin Trudeau was at Pride in Vancouver. So, yeah, I'm going to be there this weekend. I thought Pride was over, and then I hear Pride's in Vancouver this weekend. It's like, oh yeah, it's a whole month-long thing. Wait, it's like a whole year-long thing. No, I mean, they have everything now. You know, there's no more of a call for equality. They can get married, they can have babies, they can prance around naked, they can have guys like me kicked off of Twitter for calling a man a woman. A man who's a man is not a woman. Rather. So yeah, sorry to hear what's happening to you, Dan. It's not right, says April. I know, it's crazy. Straight Pride, Lee Stewie, yes, that is coming up, and I'm thinking I want to go to that too in Boston at the end of August. I think I'll be bringing my fiance to that one. Makes sense to bring my fiance to the Straight Pride parade. So myself and Molly may make an appearance in Boston at the Straight Pride Parade at the end of the month. Let me know what you guys think about this Mario Lopez situation. Just the fact that it's trending on Twitter. What is wrong with people that they would think that what he said is a controversial statement? I mean, oh God, unbelievable. Unbelievable that we've gotten to this point. I put out a video one time about transgender summer camp for kids and how brutal that was. If I was, you know, nearly as famous or had the reach as Mario, oh my God, they would destroy me for that video because I call it child abuse, which is what it is. If he had said, you know, it's child abuse instead of just dangerous, my God, he probably even wouldn't make it out of the day. I mean, it's just crazy how bad it's getting. Lee says never apologize. I know, especially when you've, you know, have done nothing wrong, and it's just because everyone's pressuring him. Pete says, I'll send you $50 Canadian in BCC if you hit that beautiful instrument right behind you. Wow, I cannot turn down 50 BTC. 50, oh man, I have a broken string, brother, and I haven't even tuned it up in a little while. I don't know what this is gonna... Oh yeah, this is out, but I hit it. Now you owe me $50. Just kidding. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell. There's a little bit of dust on it. I broke a string. I haven't bought another one yet, and so I haven't touched it, and it's really humid in here. So the strings are not looking good. But a deal's a deal. I'm just kidding. Nobody should be forced to lie. If you're a boy, expect to be called one. It's called the truth. Lee says, whoa, 50 BTC. Yeah, I wish. That'd be like millions of dollars, I think. Almost, probably. You're a bigot. No room for bigots, says Maze. Not sure how to pronounce that. Now, I'm not sure if you're joking, but it's very possible that you're not. I do get that all the time, being called a bigot just because I'm speaking truth. I'm stating facts. I'm on the side of logic, reason, science, biology. Yeah, I get called a bigot for those things. Do you think another party would scrap Bill C-16 if elected? Yes. I know that's the People Parties of Canada's plan. If they manage to get in, they're going to scrap it, and it absolutely should be scrapped. I mean, Bill C-16 is one of the worst pieces of legislation I've seen. It's what skyrocketed Jordan Peterson to fame, because he rightly so, spoke out about just how bad something like that can lead to. Tyrannical government down the road, and look where we are, guys. I've just been suspended by a major network, a major social media sharing site, because I called a man who's a man an actual man and not a woman. And I used the pronoun him instead of her. Yeah, this is only possible because they put pen to paper, and the Canadian government went along with it. Yeah, I think the PPC would need a majority, Lee, and that's not really likely. I'm not even going to say really. It's just not likely. The Liberals have a pretty strong hold on this country right now, and although, Justin, I mean, when I walk around in the streets, we should do another streeter, Lee, asking people their views on Justin Trudeau. I know you did one for this channel at the end of last year, and it was like 9 people out of 10 are fed up and hate Trudeau. So that says a lot, and I bet you it's the same if we go around and look at the numbers now. Probably 95% of the people are fed up with him. But I don't understand how people don't see the cycle, and they just want to vote in the next guy. We got to get him out. I'm so sick of Trudeau. We need to vote in this guy to get him out. And it's like, well, you said that about Harper, and you said that about the guy before him. And, when everyone was hating on Harper, they were loving Trudeau. They were so hopeful about the change he was going to bring. And now, look where we are now. Blockchain payment received. Thank you so much. I just got the notification pop up on my phone. You actually sent it. That's very, very appreciative. A man who stays true to his words. I'm sorry, I may have just misgendered you. I don't know. But I very much so appreciate that, especially in this age of demonetization. I used to be getting super chats popping up here on these live streams. I don't get that anymore. I used to get a significant amount of money coming in every month from YouTube. I don't get that anymore. They just pulled the plug. So that's why I actually need your guys' support on Patreon, Subscribestar, and the odd Bitcoin chip in every now and then certainly does help too. But yeah, please check the links in the description to where you can join me on Patreon and Subscribestar and my Patreon alternative that I have on my own website, pressfortruth.ca. You guys want to meet my dogs? I gave them a couple of bones so they wouldn't be bugging me during this live stream. This guy here is Kaiser Sose. He currently needs a face trim. You can barely see his eyes. But this is Kaiser. Are you done with your bone already? And he's a Havanese. He's my bestest buddy. And then we got this guy. Come here for a sec. Come here, bud. We got this little guy who goes by 420 Tony. because he was born on April 20th, and so he's 420 Tony. And so I gave these guys a couple of bones so they'd be distracted and not barking at the window while I'm doing a live stream. Ugh. So, you guys get back to your bones. I'll get back to my live stream. Dogs rock. Better than people. I know. I love dogs so much. We're gonna get more dogs. You know, me and Molly already have 2. We already want another dog, and we'll get one. Next one is probably going to be bigger, medium size instead of the little guys, but love them. Swore you saw a Yaletown Roundhouse walking that dog one day. It's possible, says Jeff Clark. So Justin Trudeau is going to be at the Pride Parade this Saturday, and so am I. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll live stream it, although I'd have to use my data, so maybe I won't. All right, all the comments are now about the dogs. I just sent $25 via GoFundMe, but it appears they censored my comment to you. Interesting. Bill Watcott in the house. Thank you so much for the donation, Bill, and thank you for your activism and your work. If you guys are not familiar with what he's been doing, check out a video where I interview Bill on my channel about how the LGBTQ community is attacking him for his Christian views and beliefs and his methods at spreading information that the trans community needs to hear about suicides and things of that nature. And yeah, great to have you in the house. Rants Derek in the house. What up, Derek? I saw you getting attacked the other day. I don't know the full context behind what was going on, but I saw your Twitter video and looked pretty crazy, man. Should do a little video explaining everything that went down there. Maybe you did. Maybe I missed it. But yeah, pretty crazy. More interested in dogs. Awesome. I kind of am too sometimes, you know. Thoughts on future videos on BS jobs? Not exactly sure what you mean by that. I'm just scrolling through and looking for question marks at this point, so if you do have any questions, put some big, huge question marks beside it and I'll find it. Gabriel Swift, excellent reporting, Dan. Thank you so much. All right, we got our numbers up. We got 274 people watching and 273 thumbs up. That makes sense. Thank you very much for that. He says he's so lazy he needs an old person scooter. Yeah, the fact that he jumped up from that scooter so quickly to threaten me with pepper spray goes to show you I documented his victimhood mentality on display for all to see, that he's using that as a crutch, you know, in order to play the victim. That's this guy's whole shtick, is playing the victim. And I sat in on these court hearings, and he had phone called recordings of these women. He'd call up a salon and be like, "Hey, I'd like to book." You know, they'd ask him his name. He said Jonathan. He's got a manly voice. His name's Jonathan. I want to get a wax job. And they're like, "Yeah, sure." You know, when? And he's like, "Oh, how about this Wednesday?" "Sure. What time?" Da 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 da. He sets it all up, and then before he hangs up, he's like, "Oh, by the way, just want to let you know I'm trans. I'm a trans woman. And I just want to make sure that's not going to be a problem." And then the other person on the line would say, "Oh, I'm sorry, we don't. That's just not something we do. I'm sorry. You know, the lady we have here is not comfortable with that." That's what some of them said. Some of them just said, "Oh, I'm sorry, we don't do that." But he had recordings of this. You know, he's To me, it seems like he's entrapping these women or setting them up, probably calling every beauty salon in town, recording every single conversation until he gets one or two who refuses him service, and then, oh, discrimination! How do people not see this for what it is? I hope to God the judge realizes what's going on and, deals with this guy appropriately. It's crazy. Instead of Storm Area 51, it should be Storm Bilderberg. Now you're thinking. Now you're talking. Janet Patridge, very good idea. These are the kinds of ideas that are going to hopefully catch on, create a ripple effect, and people will start thinking about that. If 1 million people show up, what do they do, right? Did you see the movie A Bug's Life? Where the main wasp was warning the other wasps. They're like, it's just one puny little ant. And then he opens up the chute and hundreds of things crush them. And he's like, yeah, they outnumber us 10 to 1. Right now it's only 1. But what happens when they all do it? Hi, Madnoff. Lee, Dan, keep up the great work. Thank you, the amazing God of all. The world is strange and it is coming, says Roxanne. Would Jessica say no if a gay man offered to handle Jessica's organs while waxing? If not, wouldn't Jessica be doing the same thing Jessica accuses the salon of doing? Yeah. Here's the thing, Vegan Man 007. There are waxing places in Vancouver who will do gay men and trans people. Let's not forget, he's not even gay. He likes women. He transed to a woman and he calls himself a lesbian. This is just a regular guy who likes little girls. And he's saying he's a trans woman who's now a lesbian. No, he's a predator. I forget the question already. Let me scroll back. Yeah, so the point is there are places in Vancouver that will do that for him. But that's not what he's interested in. He's interested in playing the victim and trying to shut down these salons and extort them for money. That's a big part of it too. And he may be getting a little taste of the fame, his 15 minutes of fame here and liking what he's feeling. And now this is kind of leading towards these new tribunal hearing cases being filed. It's just disgusting. At Press for Truth, Dan, tell people about how I confronted the pedo. That's News Now, Canada Independent Media. Donald, he was there with me, and, started really going after Jonathan, Jessica, about his pedo activity, scheduling pool parties with children, with the parents not around. And Donald was totally all out, like, yeah, that's pedophilia. What's up with that? He he didn't have to say anything about that, but it's really good to get that stuff on the record, to confront them with this, and whether they respond or not, it's good to get it on the record. So kudos to Donald for bringing up that very important point. Hi, Dan. Keep up the great work. Are the police or the courts worried at all about the pedo stuff? Worried in what sense? In some circumstances, they help to cover it up. We've seen that in the situation with Epstein. In the last case, 10 years ago or whatever it was a huge cover-up. The police were involved. The judges were involved. The lawyers were involved. So that very well could be still going on. I'm sure it does. But I think there's a lot of people in law enforcement, too, who are disgusted by what they're seeing. And they absolutely want to crack down on these pedos. In fact, there was a huge bust of a ring in Quebec, Canada, a couple of years back. There was like 15 pedophiles arrested in one huge major sting operation. So there is some good law enforcement out there who are really pushing to crack down on these guys. And God bless them for it. Lee says the one cop at the hearing was super condescending. Yeah, he was. Donald was talking to him, saying, I was, threatened with assault. My friend was assaulted here. And the cop's like, yeah, oh really? Well. Yeah, watch the video. What did I title that one? Jessica Yaniv unhinged. Dan Dixon pressed for truth, assaulted at tribunal hearings. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will now be my 5th video about Jessica Yaniv. And honestly, when I first saw the story, I wasn't even going to cover it. I was just like, man, this is just more of this craziness. But it's so important to document what's going on because this guy may get bills passed into law, you know? And we've already seen how it's led to things like me being censored by social media, so it's going to lead to worse things. So yeah, I'm going to continue to, I'm going to be all over this one to expose it for what it is. Storm Bilderberg, same as storm the CFR, storming the Jesuit order, Society of Jesus. It's the Illuminati. If you want to keep the pressure on them, keep talking about them. I mean, check out our video we just did today, put out, called Storm Area 51 is morphing into Storm the System. We got a lot of interesting reactions out of people, and it makes me think that the idea is very possible that it can catch on. How can I donate money from here? Says Vegan Man 002. There's lots of ways you can donate. You can go to pressfortruth.ca/donate, and there's all these options that you can click on. PayPal, Bitcoin, other cryptocurrencies. You can become a PFT member. You can join the PFT Patreon. No super chats here, Vegan. There used to be. I used to be monetized, but I was recently demonetized by YouTube. I was averaging around $3,000 a month, guys, on this channel, and they just cut me off of it. Just like that. Imagine if you had, what is that, $35,000 or $40,000 a year of your revenue stream removed. That's what just happened to me. So yeah, it kind of sucks, Vegan Guy 007. I used to see super chats popping up. I don't see them anymore because YouTube decided I was being hateful. You know what content they removed the same day they demonetized me? A video called Pedosexuals Exposed. Warning, children are being sexualized at an extremely young age. That video is actually still on BitChute. That's why I love diversifying my video sharing platform portfolio. The video lives on BitChute, but YouTube removed it and said I'm being hateful to protected characters. Pedos. And on the same day, I had my channel completely demonetized. So yes, I need your financial support now more than ever. I don't normally like to push the need for support to come directly from you, the viewers, but that's where we're at, and I prefer that. I would much rather that. In fact, I see this as a blessing in disguise. I shouldn't be relying on Google money anyways. I'm not going to remonetize my channel. In fact, they can keep their $3,000 a month. I'm going to now rely entirely on you guys. And so far it's been working. I've had people join my subscribestar.com/pressfortruth, my patreon.com/pressfortruth. People send me Bitcoin every now and then, and they donate at pressfortruth.ca/donate. So if you're actually interested in doing that, check out the links. All the links for this is located in the description below. That'll save you some time if you actually do want to donate. Thank you so much if you do. Somebody's saying Derek rants. I would still make a video. Hold off on releasing it. I don't trust lawyers. I must have missed your comment. Maybe you haven't made a video yet. Possibly there's some legal issues going on. You tell nothing but the truth. Thank you, Dan. Thanks, Cat D. Alright, it's not scrolling anymore. Alright, here we go. Saying you can't become a woman is hate speech. Yeah. You got thousands of dollars a month for talking? I do a lot more than talk. You know, this is people don't realize what goes into doing what I do. You don't. A lot of people don't see the amount of work that goes behind creating daily video content and going to these events, doing the research, creating documentary films. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. Dan, what do you think of flat Earth? You know, I have been avoiding that one with the 10-foot pole for quite some time now, for pretty good reason. And I think I'm going to continue to do that. QAnon, says Lee. Oh, do we have to go there? Probably going to alienate half of my audience now, but that's okay. Q's a total psyop. It's ridiculous. In fact, me and Lee were at a party in Las Vegas a couple of weeks ago, and we had an interesting conversation with some QAnon activists, guys who were hardcore into the Q thing, and there was no changing the guy's mind. I mean, we sat there for a while with him trying to extract evidence out of him, and he just couldn't give it. I've had a few people do this with me, and I've called them out on it a number of times. This one guy in particular used to hound me, and he's like, oh, Q's got the Hillary Clinton rape tape is coming out, and obviously that never did come out. There is no such a thing, and I keep hitting him up on that every now and then. I'm like, so where's the tape? Anyways, it's a total psyop. Yeah. You should start a class action lawsuit because they violated your First Amendment right, your right to have an opinion, and they marginalized your business, says David Welsh. I see what you're saying. I'm not one to... The anarchist in me, I should say the voluntarist in me, does not want to use the state, the violent arm of the state, to do anything to anyone else. So I'm not really interested in that. Bigotry is newspeak for truth. April says, Dan, I just want to let you know how much I love what you do. I know this is not what you expected to happen, but just know you inspire people who are into the truth. Don't stop being who you are. Thank you so much. I definitely won't. I'm not going to let any of this stuff slow me down. I'm going to keep plugging away. Paul Q says, do you have a journalism degree? No, absolutely not. I would encourage people not to go to school. I jumped into this head first. Honestly, it was just a natural progression of my activism. You know, I woke up, as we call it, kind of early compared to most. I was in the late 90s. I was aware of a lot of these things. By the time September 11th happened, I was ready to get active. 2001, I was out in the streets meeting people, you know, 02, 03. I think it was 03, 04 when I started joining online groups, meetup.com, and then I found Toronto Truth, Toronto911truth.com or something like that, and yeah, started doing that for a number of years too. I forget what the question was. Oh yeah, do I have a journalism degree? No, I just kind of dove head in and started documenting things, and then 2006, Bilderberg came to Ottawa, and that's the first time I just brought a camera with me and started just kind of documenting instead of going as an activist or a protester, and that's when I was like, yeah, this is where it's at. I want to be a documentarian. I want to go here to get things on the record. I don't want to be a protester. I don't want, you know, and yeah, that's when everything changed. And then I didn't, like, you know, I started doing more films, doing more videos, and then kind of went full-time with it in around 2012 or so. And I've been full-time Press for Truth ever since. You definitely don't need a degree, says Bill. Absolutely not. You know, the things we can do today used to take hundreds of thousands of dollars and big news editing vans and satellite dishes, and you know, what we can do with the device that we hold in our pocket at our fingertips today is incredible. And we really have to take advantage of this technology while we can. The internet that we know it as it is today is not going to be around for as long as it is. I mean, we already see how much they're clamping down on people like myself. They tried to put pen to paper to do it by enacting like PIPA, SOPA, ACTA. Do you remember all these bills they tried to pass to suppress the free flow of information online, and Congress just blocked them and rejected them, and they'd introduce another one and rename it and rebrand it, and then they'd reject it. Well, that was then. Now they've decided, all right, screw it. We're not going to try to put pen to paper and make a law. We're just going to do it. We're just going to go ahead and do it. And I think Alex Jones was one of the first real big dominoes to fall. That was the moment where I was like, oh no, they're going for it. You know, when he was memory holed from the internet and essentially pushed into a back little corner of the internet, I was like, oh God, it's coming. And then sure enough, not long after that, there was the great Facebook purge. Boom, my page gets unpublished. 350,000 followers I have gone, just like that. Not long after that, there was the YouTube adpocalypse, and all of a sudden, all my videos, instead of having the green thing, all had the yellow thing, and I had to submit for monetization, and, you know, they'd have to review it, and by the time they'd accept it for monetization, it had already peaked views, and I wouldn't be making any money. Then came the Vox adpocalypse, when I got lumped into this thing with Steven Crowder, and they just completely demonetized my channel. What's coming next, guys? That was phase 1, 2, and 3. What's coming next is phase 4, 5, and 6, and this is why I'm hedging myself now. Guys, you got to join me on BitChute. You got to join me on Minds. You got to get on Steemit. All the links are in the description to all these other places of where I'm located. And please, subscribe to my newsletter. I don't send out anything. I'm not going to spam you or send newsletters. All I'm doing is collecting your emails so that we can stay in contact, so that if one day you get up tomorrow and you're going to, you know, I wonder what Dan has to say today. What's Press for Truth publishing today, and I'm not there anymore. YouTube deleted my channel. I don't want you to just be like, oh, well, I enjoyed his stuff, but I guess I'm not going to hear from him anymore. No, I want to be able to contact you guys. And so if my channel does get pulled, I'm going to use that newsletter feature and email all you guys and say, hey, they killed my channel, but I'm over here now. So definitely subscribe to the newsletter. Links are in the description. Next story should be about Jack Dorsey. David Icke was right, says Jeff Clark. I was just contacted by his son a few days ago, actually. They're sending me David's newest book in the mail. I'm getting a preview copy. It's about 9/11. I'm very, very interested to see what he's going to have to say. The totalitarian tiptoe, absolutely, coined by Icke. Yeah, that's what we're seeing. It's an incremental push. I mean, if they just deleted me and Jones and you know, a bunch of other people all at once, they would kind of martyr us in a way. You know, not to make myself sound too big here, but I think you know what I'm saying. Like, if they just chopped us all down at the same time, it would be too noticeable, and there would be outrage about what happened. But since it's happening incrementally, they're able to get away with it. Like taking away my monetization before taking away the channel altogether. You know, they have to do it incrementally, and I think that's what they're doing. Tim Pool is next, said Rid Comics. You know, Tim kind of bothered me a little bit the other day with his coverage of my of the Jessica situation. He covered He covered it, and he referred to my coverage as TMZ gossip type stuff. He literally said my coverage is TMZ gossip type stuff. And then he said, when he brought me up, he's like, this guy, Dan Dix, this journalist, Dan Dix, it's like, I've had dinner with him like 6 or 7 times. We've hung out in Europe, in America. He's offered me to stay at his place. And he's just disassociating himself with me in that video. I don't get it. Anyways, whatever. Tim is an anomaly. He's a weird little dude. No offense. I mean, he's banging out some good content, but his piece on what I did with Jessica was absolute garbage. And he won't refer to him as a him or a her. He's just so in the middle in that regard. He doesn't want to alienate this side of his audience, that side of his audience, so he doesn't want to take a position. So in the video, he never once refers to Jessica as a him or a her. Ridiculous. I thought his coverage sucked. All right. Any other questions? Here's one. Hi, Dan. Genuine question. How does being outspoken affect your personal life with the opposite sex? Are you married, dating? Is it even possible for a Christian outspoken man to find a spouse? All right. Good question. So let me... All right. So... I do have a fiance. In fact, we just set our wedding date just recently, and I'll tell you how we met. Molly was a huge fan. I met her at a rally, at an Occupy rally in Toronto, and she came up to me. She was bumbling nervous. She had to get her friend to introduce us, and she asked for my picture. She asked for my autograph. I signed her jacket. And we went our separate ways, and I was, just thought I met another fan. And then she started contacting me over the following weeks. And to be honest, when I first saw her Facebook page, I was like, I don't think this is gonna work. I mean, it looked to me that she was a communist, atheist. I was like, judging by her Facebook, I was like, yeah, this is probably not going to work out. But then she kept pursuing, and she kept pursuing. And then one day, I saw on Facebook that she got a huge tattoo on her forearm of Press for Truth, a huge Press for Truth tattoo. And I was like, wow, she's a hardcore fan. And then I met her again. She relentlessly continued to contact me. I was like, all right, let's hang out. And it turns out, she's super cool. She's really cool. And I started to really like her. And then I realized she's not actually really a communist. She doesn't know what she is. She's just a nice, generous person. And she's not really an atheist. She's just unsure. She's really more of an agnostic. And funny enough, now she is a full-blown Christian, ANCAP, go capitalism, go Jesus. So yeah, my experience has been interesting. So yeah, she's awake. She's totally awake. She's a truther. We were truthers when we met. So that's that. And now we're getting married on September 28th. Very soon. Does Jessica have a YouTube channel? I'm not sure. I don't think he does. Capitalism is a lie, says Zoom Truth. That's a weird statement. Capitalism is not lying. Okay. Any other questions, guys? We've been going for over an hour here, so I might call it soon. And if you have any other comments or questions about Mario Lopez or Jonathan Yanif, let me know. You know, in the court hearings, he tried to have he tried to get the judge to instill a publication ban on using his original name. And he said he doesn't want anyone in the media to be able to use the name Jonathan anymore. So, yeah, Jonathan's just out of line with that one. Congratulations on your engagement. Not able to support you, but live liking your videos. I'm glad you like it. You can support, actually. Best way to do it is to just click the thumbs up button, share my videos. When you see my new video, leave a comment, even if it's a simple little good vid, you know, or whatever. Just, it helps with the algorithms. So yeah, there's something you can do to help. You know, people don't know that they can actually financially help me without taking a single penny out of their pocket. Do you realize that most of the Bitcoin that I am holding now, I have acquired myself, and I haven't paid a single penny for it? The way I did this is by trading Steem and Steem dollars and SBD. This is a cryptocurrency that you earn on steemit.com, STEEMIT.com. So you can post there, earn this cryptocurrency. You don't have to pay anything to get in. It's not a Ponzi scheme. It's not a pyramid scheme, because you don't put any money up front to join. But then you start earning crypto for posting. And then you can trade that crypto for Bitcoin, which is what I've been doing. And then you can donate that Bitcoin to me. So there's a way that you could actually support without anything financially coming out of your own pocket, is by clicking the thumbs up button, sharing the video, and acquiring yourself some Bitcoin for free. Dan doesn't live in Vancouver, said Vegan Man 007. I used to live in Toronto, then I moved to Vancouver. Now I'm in beautiful Squamish, BC. All right, guys. I think I may call it. Been going for over an hour here, so let me just scroll once more down to the bottom. Okay, guys, so thanks for tuning in, everybody. I am going to be at Pride Vancouver this Saturday. Going to try to see if I can talk to Justin Trudeau. I was thinking if I see Trudeau there again, maybe instead of asking him about Bilderberg or immigration or the things I've asked him about before, maybe this time I should ask him, can a man be a woman? You know, something simple like that. I've always wanted to, you know, get his views on, hey, do you think a man can actually become a woman? And side note, are you a praying man? Maybe that's what I should ask him. I don't know. What do you guys think? But at any rate, I'm still suspended on Twitter. I don't know how long the suspension is going to last. They haven't told me. They're reviewing the tweets that I've appealed, and so we'll see. But for now, you can follow me on the Press for Truth Twitter, @PressForTruth. And, yeah, Lee says, who does he pray to? Yeah, even more to the point question. Vegan Man 007 says, your Twitter is up. Yes, it is up, but I've been suspended, meaning I can't use it. So, yeah, you can still go there and look at my tweets, except for the ones they've deleted. They've already deleted a bunch of my tweets where I mentioned Jessica being a him. But I currently have no access to my Twitter account. I can't tweet there, can't get any DMs, can't like anything, can't even log in. I can't do anything. So I'm kind of locked out of my own account. So it is still there, but I'm not able to use it, and I'm not sure for how long. So all right, guys, I guess that's it. Gonna wrap it up. Again, if you appreciate my efforts, you like the work that I'm doing, especially in the exposing these pedophiles and these trans activists who are outright abusing children, Show me some love. Subscribe if you haven't already. Definitely subscribe to the channel. Help with the YouTube algorithms by sharing the videos, clicking the thumbs up button all the time. And considering I have been demonetized by YouTube and I do YouTube full-time for you guys, it'd be greatly appreciated if you'd consider making a contribution. That can be done at pressfortruth.ca/donate. I have a PayPal there. I got Bitcoin options, other crypto. You know, you can join as a Patreon. You can join as a member. All the links are located in the description below, guys. So I want to thank you so much for everyone who has been supporting me through all the censorship and the shadow banning and the demonetization. And you guys have my back. And without you, PFT would be nothing. So we're in this together. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Love to have you as my loyal subscribers. I'm sure I won't be here forever, so make sure you join me on these other platforms, BitChute, Minds, DTube. All the links, once again, are located in the description below. Once again, signing out. Thank you for joining the chat. Bill Watman, Derek Rance, we got Donald in the house, Lee Stewart. Thank you so much, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Peace.